Hi, this is Rethik, a biology subject matter expert from memoneet, and yes, so we are an FLT 9. So I hope at till now you are very clear with the concepts and you have been revising again and again. So from now on, the video should actually move faster. Means I hope you are good, thorough with the concept. That's why I'll be moving faster. And yes. Wherever it is necessary, I'll be slow. I'll try to explain the entire concept where if I feel like you might find difficulty. Okay. So still, if you have any doubts, yes, you're free to message me in this YouTube and let me know what difficulties you're facing with. So in this botany topic, 91st question says that we need to select the correct match. Okay. So out of these four, which will be the correct match? So one is A and C will be the correct match. Why? Because A, that is spinous, which is the pollen tube, and C, that is how it has been developed. So this one is correct. The next one, right? So that is B. So here what happens? Dryophytes, they are vascular tissues is fine. But instead of gymnosperms, they are what? Pteridiophytes. Correct? C, mosses is correct. They prevent the soil erosion is also correct. And they are the biophytes. Correct. So the last one that is the peridons, which is not the phenophyceae, rather they are chlorophyceae, protein and starch. So they are not, they are actually what? They are. So therefore, option 4 is correct. Fine. Next, 92nd question. So here it is like match the correct species examples in the grassland ecosystem. So out of this four matches, which is the correct? So fourth tropical level, it is vulture will be there, highest there carnios. Secondary tropical level. So if this is the fourth, then the third tropical level will be obviously vulture. It actually depends on what? Rabbit. So then what will be the first tropical level? So there will be the grass, right? And the second tropical level will be the crow. So what would be the correct option? Third one. So 93rd question, it says about which of the following statement is incorrect. So I need to check which statement is incorrect here. So first one, second one, third and fourth. So yes, I want you to answer which is the incorrect statement. Energy content gradually increases from first to fourth tropical level. The energy. So if this is the first tropical level will be grass or plant, right? So the energy from here will actually increase or decrease. It will be decreased form. So whatever the net energy, amount of energy, the first tropical, like the grass will be having, so lesser energy will be transferred to the consumers, right? From the producers. Then carnivores will eat. So from the consumers, again, lesser energy will transfer. So therefore, third one is wrong statement. 94th question. So in the 94th question, it is about what? So given below are two statements. Out of the statements, one says that when the fitness of one species is significantly lower in the presence of another species, the process is actually called as competition. That is correct. The statement 2 says that when fungi remain in association with living plants or animals, they are called as saprophytes. Is it correct? No, because it is actually when a fungi, it has been living with or it has been associated with the other plants or living animals, instead of saprophytes, it is actually called as parasitic mode of adaptation. So parasites, right? So they can also live in symbiotic. Okay, so that means in association with the algae as lichens and with roots of the higher plants. Okay, like mycorrhizae. So it can be either as a parasite or as an association, not as a saprophytes. So the what would be the correct option? Third. 95th is simple. Match the following type. Yes, you will say me what is the correct now. Robert May. That's actually global species diversity at above 7 million. Then these are the scientist name and their respective work. So Alexander, he worked on species area, correct? The next one will be like the Paul, he actually worked on the river popper hypothesis, and David worked on the longer term ecosystem experiment using outdoor plots. So this is the correct choice. 96th question. So in the 96th question, it is statement based question where statement 1 says that the rainforest which uses to cover more than 14% of Earth's land surface is now reduced to 6%. And statement 2 says that Amazon rainforest has greater diversity on Earth. So, yes. So, both the statement one and both the statement like one and the statement two both are true. 97 question. It's about the snapdragon, right? So, which is a red flower was crossed with the white flower. Remembering it. So, in the F1 generation, pink flower was obtained. So, when pink flower was self, so as a result, the F2 generation showed white, red, pink flower. So, we need to choose the incorrect statement of the following. So, that is, law of segregation does not apply in this experiment is wrong. Why? See, in Snapdragon, what we are going to see is the experiment out does not follow the principle of dominance. Then pink color in F1 generation is due to the incomplete dominance, right? And the ratio of F2 is red, 1 by 4 is pink, 2 by 4 will be the, and 1 by 4 will be the white. Pink will be 2 by 4, correct? This is clear. The law of segregation applies in this experiment. So that's why the fourth statement will be the wrong. So 98 question is we need to identify the wrong statement with reference to the gene I that control ABO blood group. So can you say because ABO blood group is actually easy. See, when IA, IB are present together, the express the same. See, here it is A and B. So will it express the same type of sugar? No. Rather, it expresses what? Different type of sugar. Then 99 is like select the correct match. Here, sickle cell anemia, it is an autosomal recessive trait, chromosome 1 1, that is correct. Where the second one is thalassemia, it is X-linked. Okay, no, it is not. Rather, it is autosomal recessive again. Then hemophilia, it is not Y-linked, rather than it is X-linked. Then phenylketonuria, it is not an autosomal dominant, rather it is autosomal recessive. So the question number 100. So 10 questions done. So this is the 10th question, 100, where it is Assertion Mendel's law of independent assortment does not hold good for genes that are located closely on the same chromosome. Reason they gave here is closely located gene assort independently. Okay, so here reason is not correct because genes are actually closely located on the same chromosome, do not assert independently. Instead, okay, they are linked and tend to inherit together, right? So this process means that the presence of one gene affects the inheritance of the other gene. So option 2, A is correct, but R is incorrect. The next question is 101, where assertion is in honeybee population, sons do not have father but have grandfathers, where reason is the haploid and the drones of honeybee is due to parthenogenesis, while fertilization results into female bees. Right. So here both A and R is true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Then 102 is like match the following. So, which will be the correct here? The third one. That is, see, in termination of transcription, it is row factor. Then slicing of exons will be SN, RN piece. Then Tata box will lead to the promoters. Then RNA polymerase 3 will lead to snRNAs, tRNAs. So that is third one is the correct. Coming to the 130 here, given below are two statements. Statement 1, in eukaryotes, there are three RNA polymerase in the nucleus in addition to the RNA polymerase found in the organelles. Statement 2 says that all the three RNA polymerase in eukaryotic nucleus has different roles. In the light of the above statement, choose the correct answers from the options given below. So here it is both the statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. 104. So coming to the 104, which of the following technique was used to ele- elucidate the double helix model of the DNA? Do you remember anything? Yes, it was actually X-ray diffraction, right? So it was used to elucidate the double LX model of the DNA. Good. So 105 is like DNA fingerprinting was actually discovered or developed by Alice Jeffrey. Then the pneumococcus, it's actually by F. Griffith, correct? Then E. coli, it's all about what? E. coli, which experiment? Ah, Melson's and F. Sharp experiments, you will see them. Then bacteriophage is like, yes. So what would be the answer expecting here? So it is second one. So in 106, identify the correct statement about genetic code here. Okay. So which is the correct statement here? The correct statement will be like C, D, and E. Okay. Because AUG is initiator codon and codes for not the glycine, rather it codes for methionine. Okay. Then B is about the UAA codes for not trypsin, rather UAA is actually a stop codon. Okay. So C, D, and E is the correct one. So given below are two statements here. Statement 1 says that In the dicot leaf, the size of the vascular bundles are dependent on the size of the veins, where statement 2 says that the dicot leaf of an abaxial epidermis bears no stomata. No, rather, it actually bears the more stomata. So, what would be the correct option now? The correct option would be the statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is not correct. So, option 2, right. So, 108 is about we need to select the correct match now. So, which will be the correct? Yeah, this is A blood group. This is O blood group. Then this is B blood group. IAIB is AB blood group. Easy. So 109 is a fill in the blanks type. The interface lasts more than 95% of the duration of the cycle. 110. So it's select the correct match. 3C. So this is actually from the plant physiology, respiration in plants, right? So 3C will be the pyruvic acid. Then 4C will be the fumic acid. Then 5C will be the alpha ketoglutarate acid. And 6C will be the citric acid. So option 1. Next we have is 111. So what does 111 indicate? 111 indicates here the uh, photosynthesis is. So photosynthesis is actually what? Uh, Endogenic, then photochemical, then an abo- abiotic and reductive process. So it is like first one. Given below are two statements, where statement one says that the chloroplast number varies from 1 per cell of the Calmodomonas, a green algae, to 20 to 40 per cells in the mesophyll. The statement one is correct. The statement 2 is like the mitochondria, the chloroplast are also double membrane bond of two. Okay, they are double two inner chloroplast membrane is relatively less permeable. So both the statements are actually correct. So coming to the 113th question. So what is the 113th question? Select the correct statement of the cytokinesis. So the correct statement of the cytokinesis is first, the cytokinesis helps overcoming the apical dominance is correct, promote the nutrient mobilization, which helps in the delay of the leaves. Sensation is also correct, helps to produce new leaves. Chloroplast in leaves is also correct. So all of these are correct. So now coming to the 114th here. So that is as the seed matures and enters the state of dormancy. So what happens? That is the big question here. Okay. So it water content is reduced, seed becomes relatively dry is also correct. Metabolic activity of the embryo slowdowns is also correct. So 114, all the four is correct. So coming to the 115, we need to select the correct match here. So drupe is a fruit. Instead of mustard, it is actually, you will be seeing in mango and coconut. And Allurin layer, it's like the protein. Instead of haploid, it is triploid. Then you have this thing, right? So it is not scutellum, rather it is actually the flower. Okay, scutellum is correct. Then the cotyledon is also correct. Then the monocot is also correct. So C is actually correct. Then D is flower, reproductive unit, and angiosperm is also correct. So what is the correct answer? C and D is correct. So 116 is about which is not true statement about the bundle sheet size of the maze. So the true statement is like the their walls are not impervious to gaseous exchange is wrong. Then 117. So what is 117? The process of oxidative phosphorylation takes place in what? It actually takes place in the mitochondria. Direct question. So plant physiology, respiration in plants, you will find this. So next is 118. Statement 1 says that the cell wall of the a younger plant cell, the primary wall is capable of growing with the gradually diminishing as the cell matures, and the secondary wall is formed on the inner side of the cell is correct. Statement 2 is also correct. So both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. So 119th question. So it's about assertion in Castro and maize autogamy present but not gytenogamy. The reason is in castor and maize flowers are unisexual, that is pistillate or staminate, but plants are bisexual. So this is both A and R are correct, but R is also a correct explanation of A. Okay. So coming to the 120 question here, that is the typical growth curve in plants are what? Sigmoid, direct kind of question. Next 121. We need to select the correct statement here. The pollen grains of many species causes several allergies and bronchial effect in some people is correct. And you can't say the diameter are generally spherical. Measures above 25 is also correct. No enzymes that degrades the sporophiles is so far known is also correct. Actin and intine are layer of the embryo sac. They are not the layer of embryo sac, rather they are the layer of the pollen grain. Then we have the E question. So E it is the ploidy of the generative cell, then synergin and functional mesopore are same. So what would be the correct now? A, B, C, not D, rather E. A, B, C, and E. That is third one is correct. So coming to the 122, so that is which is the correct match? Correct. So out of these, which is the correct match? T.W. Engelmann, right? So that is using prism, he helped split the light into the spectral components and then illuminated a green algae, that is the chloropora, which is placed in the suspension of aerobic bacteria. So the first one is correct. Next, select the incorrect match. Okay, section, it's not the section B, it's the continuation. Don't worry. Select the incorrect match here. So ground tissue scattered more than six radially typical types of leaves. So you have to correct the incorrect, select this incorrect match. So first, second, third is correct. Radial typical of. Okay, so radial typical of, not revascular bundle. Huh, that is will be the root. Correct. So fourth one. So next is 124 question. So which is correct match we need to find. So cis and trans faces Golgi body. Crista is actually the mitochondria, you will see it. Then the thylakoids, you will actually see them in the chloroplast. Then centromere, that is chromosome. So second is correct. Next is 125. 125 is about select the correct order of event in the meiosis 1. So here we need to see the correct order. So the compaction of the chromosome will be the first order. Formation of the correct order will be A, B, C, and D only. Okay. So this is the correct. So 126 is about what? Again, select the correct match. Solanum, that is what? Out of all this. So this is no, right? Because it is dicotyledon. Class is wrong. Then the Panthera, mammalian, class mammalian. So this is also wrong. So this is Carnivora. So this is also wrong. Then the Homo sapiens. I'm just trying saying the answers also. Homo, mammals, primates. This is correct. Then the D, musca, insects, and instead of arthropoda, they are Diptera. So this is also wrong. So C is the correct. Only C. So 127, fill in the blanks. Dash later identified. Who identified? Miller et al. Okay, Miller et al. Means Miller and its co-subordinates at 1955 identified a crystallized the cytokinase promoting active substances that they termed kinetic. 128 question. That is, which of the following is involved in prevention of water loss? So all trichome, then bulliform cells, cuticle, these all are involved in the prevention of what? Water loss. Now, 129, it's about select the correct statement for the meiosis. The correct statement for the meiosis will be the a complex structure, synaptomenal complex are formed in the meiosis. One is actually the correct statement because see, instead of two, it is actually the floor haploid cells are formed at the end of the meiosis two. Then here not U-shaped, rather it is X-shaped structure. Chiasmata are formed in the meiosis one. All of this is also wrong. So the second one is the correct. So 130 we are. So 130, it's about in Amazon rainforest how much species are present of the fish? So that is the question. Yeah. So it will be like 420. That is uh, amphibians and mammals. Then coming to the 427 amphibians and mammals, they are actually the birds, and this is reptiles. And this thing that is 3000 is actually the fishes. So the fourth one is correct. 130. One says that the species of plant that play a very important role in controlling the relative abundance of other species in community is actually called as what? Chaotone species, right? Because the species of plants, they are actually called as what? Chaotone species only. Keystone species. Okay. Then 132, it says about what? During which stage of mitosis, meiosis, respectively, does the centromere of each chromosomes get splitted in actually anaphase and anaphase 2? Direct question. Then 133, the select the plant in which male female sex organs are present upon some plant body. That is 133. Okay. So what would be the correct answer here? That is the first one, that is Marche, Marchantia, which is what? Uh, Cycus unisexual. Correct? So then C, that is Pinus, which is bisexual. So what would be the correct answer here for 133? The first one, I guess. That is B and C. Next we have is 134. So in the 134, okay, select the correct option for the protista. Yes. So what would be the correct option here? Eukaryotes, autotrophic organisms, heterotrophic organisms, parasitic. So all of the three is correct. So 135 says that wild type E. coli grows on medium having glucose and transfer to lactose containing the medium. Which one of the following change will occur? Yeah. So that is lack of peron is actually what? It leads to the reduced. So that is what I'm trying to say. It will what? Leads to the reduced one. Sorry. Yeah. So 136 is about what? So which select incorrect match of the cockroach. So this from this part it will be the zoology part. Okay, the stew pair. So till now we have discussed regarding the botany concept, and if you feel any difficulties, please feel free to you know uh, contact me out through the Telegram channel or at least through the YouTube by putting your message so that I'll reach out to you. I'll try to solve your questions or your doubts. So till that, keep practicing because we have very less time for the need preparation. And yes, if you're not serious, at least now you have to be very serious. All the best because Memo Neat is with you.